Oh, the last train sounded like church music. Anyway, almighty morning, everyone.
Good
Hello.
morning. Happy Tuesday. We got anyone on?
We've
Yep,
got
we
a
got
couple.
two people. All right, you guys, welcome to the spiritual show that flows.
Sorry. Church music. Sorry about that. There you go.
Okay, we're ready now.
Yes. Usually I have my volume off completely, so
Yeah,
for it
she's
to
real
be
good
on.
about that. But I go live at night before, so my phone's my computer and everything's already set up for that live. But anyways, you guys, all right. It's a very good happy Tuesday. You are on the spiritual show that flows with Claudine and Julie. And this is a place where you can get some downloads and elevated with us. And this is a show that I used to call it, it's a show where we talk about everything quantum, but I don't like to use that word quantum anymore. I do believe that it's something that is not of a good thing anymore. So, it's old dark energy as far as I'm considered, is what I've been shown, but I'm not really going to get into that today. We can talk about that another day. But we are here to just talk about everything and anything health wise and anything that has to do with spirituality. It is an open dialogue. I do call this the Q&A um, talk show or live show because you guys can ask any questions you want and we just love to respond to them the best that we can to our knowledge. If we don't know something, then we'll all just figure it out together. We can problem solve together, right, you guys? That's what this is all about because it is new, you guys. We're here to help create our new planet. And I just I just want to just make it really clear that we're just here just to help problem solve the things that we need to problem solve as we go through this journey that we're all on together, but in such a different way. Now, I do own my own healing facility. I am a self-made practitioner. I am here for my community first. And I've done something in my community that I don't know anyone who has done what I've done. And that is helping people get off of pharmaceuticals, street drugs, um, and any kind of an addiction, really, onto plant based medicine. I do make all of my own products. I do grow most of them. If I don't, I have a grower who does. So that's a little bit about me and what I do. And I'll let Julie from Love Warriors go ahead and introduce herself.
Yes, I've been on this journey for quite a while. Not as long as my cohort here, but just learning things new every single day. You can't stop learning. If you do, you're not living. And I don't believe in just existing, surviving, existing, or living. I believe in thriving. So I'm all about love. Love Right Warriors was created to spread the light of love throughout the world. And as a quote from Susan Geisman's channeling, is that fight for freedom and stand for love. I'm all about that and the newness of this world, of ourselves. Each one of us is going through the newness. Hopefully every morning you're waking up and seeing what's happening and taking care of yourself first, because if you don't take care of yourself, you won't be able to help others. And helping others is fine. Doing for others, they need to learn to do for themselves. But that's their choices. And it's your choice whether you help or not. We're each on our own path. And oh, wow, all these vibrations coming up more and more.
Yes.
So,
yeah. And I just like to try and help people stop getting out of survival mode because that's, the training, the brainwashing that you've gotten from what I call the dark shadow. The dark shadow, I love calling them dark dynasty, and that is our government. Okay. I don't believe that the government is our friend. And I will say this over and over, and I'll probably sound like a broken record every time you listen to me, but I'm not okay with them at all. Though that's the enemy. We're in war. you've got a few wars going on. And the major one that we're in war with is our government. So last night, we talked a bit about, and Judy caught some of my live last night with Anne from Australia, who just survived that whole cyclone that just hit in Australia. Yeah, it hit her area pretty hard. It's a lot of devastation over there. So it's kind of chilling. It gave me chills to actually sit down with her last night and have some kind of catastrophe actually at one of our front doors like that. So it was a very interesting conversation with someone live telling us exactly what happened, because she was there, and it not being brought to somebody who is just reading the script. So
Right.
yeah, and that's how I feel. I think the people who should be doing the news are the people who live in that neighborhood, the people who are from that hood, or from that community, whatever your dialogue is on what you consider your community. Those are the ones who should be doing the reports, who should be reporting, not people reporting that get paid, and again, who get to read from a script, wear fancy shoes, and a nice outfit. But yeah, prayers to them. Another thing that on world news I'd like to talk about is what's going on in Sweden. I believe it is. Isn't that where Victor's from? Is it Sweden?
Yes,
Yeah,
Sweden.
Sweden. You guys, it's not good stuff going on over there at all. This is getting really scary. As of what I heard, they've had over 30 bombings already. You guys, that's just since the first of the year.
Well, as I told you, December of last year, they had 27 bombings. Now, the reason we've kind of tapped into it is because Victor was on a Tuesday live with us, and he did tell us that they just had a bombing. He just saw the information on his phone. But what we didn't realize, it's happening a lot more than we know. We haven't heard anything about this. So, I mean, it seems unusual for what he was saying. It was an unusual thing, but 27 in the month of December. Wow.
And then this year alone, of January 1st, they've had 30 more bombings. And I just couldn't imagine living like that. Again, lots of prayers and good vibes going his way. He is an avid listener. He is on this show almost every Tuesday. He is in the middle of a move right now, so yes. I don't know if he'll be on today. But usually once we talk about him, he comes on.
Yes.
And he said hello to me last night, so he was on for a minute yesterday. But like I said, I know he's moving, so he's probably a bit busy. Yeah, it's got to be really scary, Lisa. I mean, it's, like I said, it really hits home when you know somebody who's living in this environment. So, in Sweden, this is in Sweden.
Yeah, Ted, it's Sweden. Hello, Ted.
Sweden. Hello, Ted. How are you?
And Lisa.
Okay. So I guess should we talk a little bit about what I talked about last night about labels?
Labels.
So last night I went on a thing about labeling, and let's start with this. This is here where I want to go. Okay, we're here. I'm here. I know that I'm here to help start building the new planet. Okay, new Earth, whatever you want to call it, and I feel. By doing that, one of the best ways to start practicing or to put your best effort forward is it would be really nice if we would stop labeling. Stop with the labels.
It's a bad habit. We know that. And it's going to be difficult for all of us, but
take off the labels. Listen to what somebody has to say. Maybe they might have something in there for you. Maybe they don't. Just like with what we're doing here this morning, okay? Maybe what we're saying to you resonates with you. Maybe it doesn't. I do know that reach a lot more of the advanced spiritual people than I do the ones that are just starting in their journey with spirituality. Because a lot of stuff that I talk about is questionable, very questionable, and it's out of the norm, you guys. But yeah, I really feel that if we were able to stop labeling everything, and that's what we do, we label everything, which I do understand is part of our defense mechanism inside of us, of the way that we're wired, you guys, from the brainwashing, from the shadow government. Um, I mean, we have the ability to be able to sit and have a conversation and just listen to what somebody has to say. Take what is for you, leave what's not. It's that simple. I've been labeled so many things. I've been called and labeled. I can. I happened again last week. I got labeled, and that's when I got the download. Like, wait, this is something that needs to stop in our communities because it's kind of part of our culture. Don't you think it's a cultural thing?
Yes. Well, like you said, it has to do with our programming and everything that we've been throughout our lives. Oh, hello, Rachel. Welcome in. And now it's a part of the culture. Yeah, it's part of the norm.
It is. And when I got labeled again last week, another label, I had the download, be the change that you want to see in the world.
Yep.
Claudene, you know how to do this. So that's why, I'm doing both my lives on the same topic. I usually don't do that. I try to do different stuff. I got a lot of big changes coming to my Monday Night Live, though, too. So, yeah, that's, it's a good place to start, you guys, to start the new earth, to start the new planet, whatever you want to label it as. See, there we go. We're labeling it. It's always labeled. But these new energies, it's a good thing to, and a thing that comes along with the labeling, you guys, is judgment.
Yeah.
Judgment always follows that label. Okay. And as far as I'm concerned, I am just Claudine Jean Wright Landry. I was given another last name when I got married because that is part of our culture. But that is who I am. And I am here to just be the sovereign being that I'm being and to be the celestial who's having the human experience. I got my little fur baby up here wanting to say hi for all of you guys. I know most of you guys know who she is, but this is Jewel Moon. Say hi, Jewel Moon. If you watch our first couple of our videos, she's not this friendly. She's not trying to get in the videos, but the last couple months, she just wants to be all up in the camera now.
And Lisa Davies says we need to start concentrating on what we have in common and not what separates us, for sure.
Exactly. I like that because we have so much in common, you guys. We're humans. We are the humans. And that is like where I like to bring my truth, okay? Because I will not give my power up to nothing, to nobody, not to any kind of idea. I don't believe in a lot of things, you guys. A lot of what spiritual people practice, I don't believe in it because I'm human. You're human. And the only way that anything is going to change is if us as humans come together and unite and start to make these changes. Because at the end of the day and every day, I'm going to trust this human sitting next to me before I trust anything, an archangel, an ET, any entity that comes in front of me. I'm going to trust this woman right here because she's a human and she's in this boat with me as a human. I trust her more with my life than I do anything. Well, besides God and Mother Gaia, those are the only two things that I do believe in. And that's because I come from them. But that's it. Um,
We are all breathing the same air on a rock floating in space by Jess.
yes.
Yep.
On Earth.
On Earth.
On Earth.
Not another, I mean, our souls might be in different places at the same time, but that's not here and now. That is not our earthly reality at the moment.
Yep.
So,
And hi Jess, nice to see you. We missed you last week.
yes.
Um, and yeah, and we're in this boat together. We don't need any entities. We don't need any ETs. We don't need anyone to tell us what we need to do, you guys. We already innately have these abilities inside of us. We innately want to help each other. We innately want to be at service. We innately want to be happy. We innately want to love. We innately want to be the best happy person that we want to be. And comes natural for us. But we don't know this because, again, it was taken from us, you guys. Everything has been taken from us that is innate from our government. They do not want us to live in the natural world because there's no profit in it. And they can't steal our energy. They can't steal our loosh, is what I like to call it. Let me see, where was I? This is the wrong page.
There you go.
Yeah, you guys. So just work. I mean, I think that's just something that's really important that we should work on. We should work on not labeling. And then when we're not labeling something, then we're not judging something too.
And for those of you who label yourselves, I know that's your choice. And you've accepted that label you've given yourself. But, and I'm going to go directly to the one that has affected my life, the label of alcoholic. I'm not one, and I would not accept it because I am me, not a bottle. Okay. And the people who do accept that every day, because they say it every day, at least once a day, if not multiple times, they are telling themselves they are not worthy, they are not enough, and they cannot heal. I don't believe in any of that. I don't accept it. And I wish that they would not accept it. But that's their journey. And there's nothing you can do about it. All you can do is lead by example.
Yes. And okay, because like think about it. We're already born with enough labels, you guys.
Yes.
You know, the minute you're born, you're a daughter, a granddaughter, a sister, maybe, a brother, maybe. You know, and these are labels. I mean, those are three. I mean, for a fact, you're most likely going to be a granddaughter, a daughter,
boy, girl.
Yeah, a cousin. You know, you've already got these labels. I mean, it starts from the minute that you're born. You get these labels. And those labels, I kind of, you know, those are labels that you're born into. You know what I mean? Those are the labels that maybe you might, for me, I want to honor those labels. Those labels are ones that are honoring for me. But just because of the type of work I do, nobody does what I do. I know that for a fact. No one does. And because of that, I've been labeled so many different types of healing and all kinds of stuff. And I'm just like, no, I'm just Claudene. Just trying to be of service, trying to help share my wisdom and what works for me. I only talk about anecdotal evidence, things that I have helped people with and what has worked for me. Because I ask the hard questions. I research and I do the work. That was kind of like what I was going to start talking about. I wrote some notes last night as I was leaving for today. Where's our notes for tonight? For today. And that leads right into what I was wanting to talk about. And that is doing the work. Actually doing the inner work. And that's a great place, you know, to start. And by start taking these labels off of yourself is starting to do the inner work, which will emanate out to the rest of the world. And like it'll be a ripple effect. And then you know, talk to them and have a conversation with them about, hey, you know, maybe we should drop some of these labels and judgment that we have on ourselves and on other people. And inner work is a lot. It's very difficult to take a look at yourself. And I mean, is it really worth it to have those labels? Is it that important to have those labels? You know, I remember when I got started here and I started working with Julie, and she's got kind of a group of people who are all about getting certificates and getting degrees. And that is what makes them that label. And I'm like, bullshit. No, that does not. That just means they spent some money and some time on studying something that intrigued them. But no, that doesn't make them that therapist. That doesn't make them that doctor. That doesn't make them, you know, whatever it is, hypnosis or whatever. What makes you know about that type of energy is your experience with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go to somebody if I'm seeking something and I need some advice, to a person who's done it, practice it, and has experience. You guys, that is the person who knows what they're talking about. Just like, you know, if you're trying to get off pharmaceuticals, I mean, you can't go to your doctor. I mean, you really, you know, it's really hard to find anyone who's going to help you get from off that, have the knowledge to get you off those pharmaceuticals onto a plant-based regimen.
Unless they've been through it.
Unless they've been through it and they've been practicing it and they've been doing it. And that's exactly what I do. And let me see, what is it that I needed some advice recently? I'm trying to think. And somebody wanted me to go to, what was it? Oh, I forgot what it was. I don't remember, but it was just recently. And I'm like, no, I'm going to find somebody who's been through this.
Right. I remember you.
And I started manifesting that person to come in to my life. And I can't remember. Oh, it was my car. When my car broke down, I went through all that stuff. And I had to go to to all these mechanics and stuff. Oh my gosh, it was a big old mess.
And they might start out decent, but then the more they get you to come back, the mess they cause, oh my goodness.
The more I realized they didn't know what they were talking about.
They didn't.
They really didn't. They had the big words and they had all of the mumbo jumbo of how the engine works and the combustion and da 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 da. But then when I went ahead and talked to somebody who has a small shop working out of their home, who turned their garage into this wonderful shop, and it was a little tiny business, it was helping their neighborhood. That is where I got the real knowledge of what was going on with my vehicle, and not from one of these fancy shops like the dealership.
Now, I've been lucky with the dealership.
Have you?
Yeah, so far I've been very happy with
That's
them.
good. Yeah, there are good people in good companies, and that can happen. And you know, but that's just an example that I have, you guys. So, yeah, you know, lesson learned. And I knew it the minute I went and talked to this specialist that did this particular thing that I need to get done on my Jeep. And sure enough, yeah, he's just blowing smoke. Just blowing smoke. He wasn't no specialist. He just wanted my money. Yep. Wanted to rip me off. That's what he was a specialist at. Deceit. I told him that too. And no integrity at all. But yeah, that all, you know, like I said, just goes back into just doing that inner work. And with that, you'll see a lot of things open up for you once you do that and you start to drop these labels out on people. I always like to say when I'm meeting someone or I'm counseling someone for the first time, this is what I like to do. I meet them where they're at. I just meet them where they're at, and that's it. I don't put a label on them. I don't judge them. None of that happens ever. Oof.
Yeah. Okay. Um,
That's not fun, Luke.
no.
Yeah, well, it's an example. If you know, if you do get in trouble or you get DUIs, going to a person who's been through it is going to give you a lot better advice than if you just go straight to an attorney.
Right.
So there's another example.
And a lot of those attorneys cannot practice if they've been through it. So you've got to find an advocate more than an attorney. At least that's what I would do. Somebody to assist you, not to take your money and run with it.
Right. Yeah, that's really good at this at deceiving. Because there's
Yeah.
people out there who, and attorneys are known for that, to be deceitful and take your money. So
Yeah.
they're a ripoff most of the time. I mean, I know there's some good ones out there. I know that. So
And they've labeled themselves because they have the certificate, they have the bar and all that. So
but they
that's
may
why.
not have the experience on that. But you can go to a paralegal who will know how to file those papers just like that without having all of that labeling. So,
Right.
like I said, you listen to what they have to say, have that connection, talk to them. Because also when you're doing that, here's another thing too that's really important about this is that that's part of what the shadow government doesn't want us doing. Dark Dynasty does not want us to be together,
Right.
having these conversations face to face,
Mhm.
having the conversation we're having right now, doing these lives. They
Right.
don't want us doing this. They literally want us getting all communication from this right here, from them.
So they can keep tabs on everything.
They can keep tabs and they can keep writing the narrative on you and what you should be doing and not breaking any rules, being the good citizen of your community and all that BS. To me, it is.
It's like they want us to be good citizens, but when it comes to them, they they have a different tune about it.
Yeah,
Say.
they do whatever, the traffic childing, just saying. Just saying.
So much, yeah.
It's
so much
I mean
more.
that is something that needs to stop too. That's another big topic of mine too. Is what do we do to stop and how do we stop these chemtrails? How do we stop this child trafficking, this sex trafficking, this organ organ what is it called again? Organ
They're stealing.
stealing, yeah, organ stealing or whatever it is. I mean, because I do believe that's what this whole ICE thing is all about. I just heard this morning on this New Earth news channel that I listen to, and these reporters actually report from their hometown, and I love it what they got going on. But anyways, they were reporting about how some ICE agents went into an elementary school, you guys, last week, and tried to arrest some young children. Young children.
Oh wow.
This is disgusting.
Yeah.
And guess what? The principal muscled up. The principal muscled up and pushed back and said, "You're not coming into my school.
No.
You're in the wrong place. I will do everything I need to protect these children. Get your asses out of here."
Right.
And that's what the principal did. And I thought that was wonderful.
Organ harvesting. Thank you.
Organ harvesting. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. There's no way. I mean, churches and schools, off limits.
I just don't
Off
get
limits.
why I understand a lot of people came in here came to our country illegally because of whatever the Democrats did. I don't care about any of those people. They're all criminals as far as I'm considered. And now we've got a new administration and they're coming and they're taking children, innocent people, you guys.
Innocent people. People who've been working on getting their citizenship for over 10 years. Why they kept pushing these people back in line and not allowing them to get their citizenship when they have a business, they have home, they've had children, 10 years building up a business, and then they shut it all down.
The reason why they go after those ones, you guys, is because they're front and center. They are attainable. The ones that they need to get are probably hiding, and they're the ones that are the criminals. And but no, they're going after. Yeah, I just think the whole thing is just disgusting.
Well, they showed that they went after criminals first. We don't
No.
know that for sure.
No, they
or not.
didn't. No, they didn't. They didn't do that here in Arizona. They went to the methadone clinics.
Whoa.
They raided the methadone clinics and the apartments around them. And I know this
Wow.
for a fact because it happened in my neighborhood and I watched it go down.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I work with people who are from the methadone clinics because I help people get off of this stuff. Is kind of like in my line of work. And I'm not stupid, and I'm not one to pretend to be stuck on stupid because that's far from who I am. They're taking these people for sex trafficking and to take their organs.
Mm.
And it is big business, you guys, big business when it comes to the government. And it's just what is. But we got to figure out a way to stand up and push back people. We've got to. It's what God's waiting for. We created this problem. No one's going to save us. Nobody. Ain't no Jesus coming out of the heavens. Ain't no Cheeto Jesus like Trump. And there ain't no Democrat that's going to save us. There's no superheroes in this. We are who we have been waiting for our whole life.
Power of the people.
Exactly.
We need to be together, like we said. You guys said earlier. We need to be one. I think that was Jess or that was Lisa. One of the two.
But I've always loved that statement. I live by that. You are the person who you have been waiting for. I always say seeking for, but I've changed it a little bit.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm just putting that one up. We have what's in common.
yes, we've got a lot of work to do, people. A lot of work. A lot of work needs to be done, and it. You know, I just like to talk about the biggest places I feel the need that where to start, how to start doing this. And pushing back could be as simple as saying no, no, I will not comply. I will not comply to purchasing anything in plastic. It's that simple.
I'm almost to the point where I want to go into the grocery stores with some containers and dump all that stuff out of the plastic containers and leave them behind.
Oh, I'm so sick of it. Another thing that I found out, you guys, and this is more facts. Um, we have about 7% plastic in our brain. They're finding out
Oh my.
7% plastic in our brain, which makes complete total sense because I really don't know anything that you can't purchase that's not wrapped up in plastic.
Mhm.
Besides my kefir, it comes in a glass bottle, but it's got a plastic lid.
It does have a glass bottle? I didn't know that.
All my not well, the probiotic, my yogurt,
Oh, your yogurt.
the yogurt probiotic yogurt that I buy
Well, the one down there.
from Belgium, the one
Yeah.
that you see.
Oh,
yeah,
that is
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay.
That's in a glass
Yeah.
bottle. Yes, that is in a glass bottle.
Sorry, I'm pointing to the Asian market. Not just
No,
often never.
but my
Midland.
kefir, no,
Yeah.
the kefir that I drink a milk. It's like a quart of kefir. I drink that about a day. I drink about a quart a day, and that comes in a plastic container too.
Yep.
It does, and that is the most powerful probiotic that you can put in your body.
No wonder.
It is very powerful. The most powerful live probiotics you can put in your stomach. And I just love kefir. I crave it. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm that weirdo. I like tangy stuff, and I love cream. So it does taste like rotten cream, but I love it.
I know you love sauerkraut, so
Yeah, and I'll eat sauerkraut and just out of a bowl like it's ice cream. Um, see, I'm a celestial, so
well, and I love sauerkraut too. I wouldn't eat it that way, but yeah, it's good. And I remember going to the Nosh market in Vienna and seeing the guy reach in, yes, he had gloves on, people, reach into a huge barrel and pull out the fresh sauerkraut. It looks so good. And I know I've tried it a few times, but yeah, love that stuff. Anyway,
Okay, so yeah, that's my little rundown on what I've been thinking about or what's been going on with me the past week. A little bit, some of the stuff. I've always got a billion things I feel like that goes on with me during the week. I'm at service. I work night and day. I put my head down around 9 to 10 o'clock at night, and I am up at 5 in the morning to be at service. Well, first is 2 or 3 hours of self care, and then from there, I am working with humans all day long to get them going. And
but you noticed, first thing is self care. Please, everyone, you're important. I know Don did a video yesterday that mental health is just as important.
It
as
is more important.
Physical health.
It is
yes
more important to me to
Yeah.
have your mental health, because your mind goes.
Your body goes. Well,
We've
mind,
already
body,
seen-
and soul
yeah.
is what I've.
Yeah,
Yeah,
your
very
mind
much.
goes. Then you guys have seen this. I mean, this is out. We see this with our addicted. We see
Mhm,
this with our
mhm.
homeless. Then usually goes out their hygiene.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's another problem we have. And I'm just that person who likes to problem solve, you guys. And I have got all kinds of ideas to problem solve these ideas. I mean, these problems that we have. I have all kinds of ideas of how we can do it. Am I saying they're going to work? I don't know, but at least I'm trying to be part of the solution and not part of the problem, and labeling them and judging them. Because as Julie and I were talking about this morning when we were on the phone, because she got here before I did, we were talking about that exactly.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We don't know what those people went through.
No.
You don't know what happened to that homeless person and that drug addict. You don't know if they were sex slaved. You don't know.
Yeah, and a lot of the veterans
Mm-hmm.
have been homeless,
Mm-hmm.
and I've met one particular gentleman. I don't remember his name right now. Downtown Phoenix. He was very personable. I mean, at first it's like, oh my goodness, what does he want? But he was so nice. And my granddaughter was getting ready to sing the national anthem at a baseball game along with her school, not by herself. And he was just very, very supportive and wishing her well and all. And he was basically where we left him when we came back through. And he asked her, went up to her, how did it go? And it was just so nice. Just so nice that, and it doesn't matter who they are. Yes, as a female, I'm a little hesitant, but her dad was there, and he's not a small man, so we knew we were safe. But as soon as this guy started talking, yes, he was a beautiful soul.
Yes.
So you know.
Yeah, I've done a lot of I've helped a lot of homeless people, especially during COVID. I do have a healing facility that I own, and it is in the shopping mall. And we have a lot of homeless people that hang out here. It's just the way it is. Homeless people, what they do is they get moved from one shopping center to another shopping center, because that's all the police really can do. And I go and I engage and I've talked to these people, and to see where I can do, if there's anything I can do to help them. I like to teach them how to get a few of the what they're called weeds to some people, but to me it's medicine.
And she's not talking marijuana or anything like that. She's talking what is growing outside.
Yeah, we got dandelions, we've got wild lettuce, we've got all kinds of stuff, and wild lettuce literally is an opiate. So I'll just kind of like talk to them and let them know, hey, if you eat that, that will do this and this. And because a lot of them are in pain. And again, I always tell them make sure, and they are the ones who will tell me where to go get it, and it's not sprayed.
Right. Because they can get to places that we would never.
That we don't know, yeah, because
Yeah,
they
we
live
have no
under.
idea.
Yeah, it's really funny. So, but some of these people, you guys, one of them was a veteran, and I don't know how to help fix him because all he relives is when he was in Vietnam, and he would have to line up
Wow.
children and women and execute them.
Yeah.
How you come back? That's not war.
No.
That's genocide. How do you live with yourself knowing you did this? I mean, like, I get it. I get why this man is the way he is.
But for him to be alive, he's still fighting.
Oh, he's
still
gonna
fighting.
Fight or flight was. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm again.
Yeah.
Can't imagine being in his situation.
No.
Because I couldn't imagine hurting a fly. I could never put a bullet in a woman or a child's head.
No.
Because my government told me to, or my general, or whoever.
Yeah.
I'd put a bullet in his head, honestly, tell you the truth.
Yeah. I'd be turning that.
I'd be turning that gun and going, nope, you're going down.
Don't you tell me.
Oh, yeah.
And I studied abroad and helped with study abroad for 7 years in Czech Republic, basically the Eastern Bloc, and seeing a lot of people and knowing the stories of what happened to the children and the soldiers who were given orders to do the things that they did. It was just, it's sickening on both sides. And yes, I wish they had turned the guns and shot the people in charge.
I've always said I grew up in a very military home, very patriotic, which I think is what turned me to ask the questions that I ask, because I am like the least patriotic person you've ever met. Absolutely not. But I'm here for the human race. That is what I am. I'm all about the human race. But yeah, this, you guys, this is just real stuff. And we've just got to learn how to do things differently. And just by making small changes, other people see that. And then they want to do it. Then they want to be part of it. And I always call it the ripple effect. And it really does work. It really does.
Exactly. Don't punish yourself for the past, because it's not worth it.
I know, but sometimes some of this trauma, you guys,
Yes.
that's what I do. I help people overcome their trauma. And sometimes the traumas are just really big, you guys. And, all I can do is listen to this man and let him know you are loved.
Yeah.
And try, forgive yourself. And, that's a tough one. I'm just saying, that was one of the toughest counsels I ever did, you guys. And I was just like, wow, God, just bless him. I mean, this is just,
I don't.
I don't blame him for being homeless. And, you know what? I had someone who had said something to me the other day that said, well, they want to be there. And
oh, I know.
I know a homeless person who had an option to go live with their kid. They could go live with their kids, so they can come live with them. And I'm like, you don't know what the conditions are to go live with the kid. Right. You don't know. I mean, sometimes it is probably better to go live outside, because I'll tell you what, if someone told me I had to go live with my kids, I would definitely make sure I had a separate house on that property. I don't want to live with my kids. I love my kids to death, but I don't, they have their own life. They do things differently than I do. And, I wouldn't want to be homeless though. I got too much self-care I have to do in the morning. I'm going to have a toilet. But anyways, here we go. We just got, these are just some of the reasons why some of these people are out there. And then we've got a huge epidemic, you guys. I do believe that started with this not the heroin, but with the methadone, not methadone. I'm sorry,
Oh.
but yeah, with opiates
Okay.
During COVID. I for some reason it's because I see a lot of young kids on the streets. A lot of them are really young, and they just got wrapped up in these opiates that were put on them. And opiate addiction is crazy. That is one thing that is an energy that will still your it stills your spirit. It takes your spirit. It really does. And another spirit invades. It's a really strong spirit. It must numb pretty good. It's got to numb really well. I've never really done opiates too much, except for when I've had surgery or something like that, and I never got the effect like that other people did. Like I've seen what other people get, but we're all so different though too.
That's why we all have our own
Yeah,
experiences.
benzodiazepines helped me a lot though too. I did get a pretty good effect on those. Was one pharmaceutical that. So I always just kind of compare. I kind of just like, whatever it was that I enjoyed, I just kind of put myself in those shoes, you know, to try and relate to them, what they're feeling. Is Nova on? Nova, are you here?
I haven't seen her yet.
You haven't seen her yet? Okay.
No, but that doesn't mean she's not.
I know, it doesn't mean she's
in the
not coming on.
background.
Well, she
Yeah.
gets her son off to school right now.
Okay.
Let me see
Yeah.
if she messaged. I really wanted to do a thing with Nova, you guys.
And Jess, the reason why I put in Reverend Bill McDonald is he's a Vietnam vet, and the stories he tells, wow, I'm just saying. How cool. I think it's the name of the spirit who's, oh. Wow, I've never heard that there was a spirit linked to spirits.
Okay, she's not going to be on. She did message me. She is having a hard time this morning.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Nova, if anyone knows Nova, you guys know Nova. I know some of you guys know Nova. She actually has gone for, I think if today would be like her, I think we're 1 week with her not using any Suboxone.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She's not having that great of a morning this morning, so she can't get on. This is what she sent me, you guys. I can't. I have a job to do. I am good, but physically not feeling well. Going through stuff, but I'm trying to get help through my doctor friend, so hopefully I can find help with this. I'm sorry, I want to, but I know I have to move forward on getting help. So, yeah, so she was doing really well the last 5 or 6 days. Besides her sciatic, she was having some sciatic pain. So I don't know. I'll give her a call, you guys, after I get off here to see where we're at. But yeah, she was going on a week off of Suboxone, not using it at all. I don't know if you guys know what Suboxone is, but it is a synthetic opiate that binds to the receptors like no other. It is very strong on there. And most of these people who use Suboxone, the doctors tell them they will never get off of it. It is a forever fix. So.
And again, labeling and all of that stuff, and telling them they're hopeless. No, don't tell somebody they're hopeless. Well, you can tell me that, and I'll prove you wrong. Okay? I'm just saying. When the doctor told me that I had to go on statins to reduce my cholesterol, I said, no, I don't. And 3 months later, I come back in and she tells me it's a miracle because I went down 93 points. No, it isn't. It's mind over matter. It is my self-care that I was able to reduce it that much. Exercise and the right foods. And what you talk about, what you take in is very important.
She will get through it, Luke. You're right.
Yeah,
She
she
will.
will.
You know how it is. It's this kind of a road. And mind
Yeah.
you guys, 7 days without her Suboxone, of course she's gonna go. It's starting her
Mhm.
body's starting to say, what the heck? What? You mean you're really not gonna give us this drug anymore?
Yeah.
So it becomes like a battle in the mind. Luke was on Suboxone too, so he knows it like mind over matter. It's just it's very strong. And she will get through this. I do this quite often. I am the person who, if you're on Suboxone or methadone or Subutex, these are forever fixes when as far as the Western medicine is considered. I can help you get off of those, you guys. There, I always said, if there's a will, there's a way.
Yes.
I got my
Exactly.
son off of them, and that's where I learned how to do this. Um,
Well, didn't you help his friends before he was ready to be helped?
no, I didn't help any of his friends. I was
Oh, I
helping
thought
his
you-
drug dealers.
Oh, that's right. I knew it was somebody connected to him. Okay, drug dealers off of it before he would accept the help, and I
Yeah,
thought that
it was
was
a journey I
yeah.
went through with my son. It was a very long 10-year journey, it seemed like. I think it was about 7 years. But anyways, he wouldn't take my help. He went disappearing on because he was using heroin. He used actual tar heroin. Um, and so I just went out to the streets and I continued to help people. And I guess a few of the people I helped were his dealers. And then after he went on a hiatus and went disappearing on me, he comes back and he's like, "Mom, what are you doing? What do you mean you're helping my dealers get off drugs?" But that
That's
woke
what I'm
him
here
up.
for.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
no, it planted a seed on him, and that is when he started going into rehab centers, and we started getting him help, and he decided that he wanted to be sober, and he is. My son is sober, you guys. He is about 7 years sober off of everything. He still deals with a lot of mental issues, though. Um,
Just repairing the synopsis and everything else in the brain is a lot longer than
the
right.
labeling doesn't stop.
No.
He has been crucified.
Oh,
He has been judged. Nobody will give him a job. Yeah.
wow.
And it's been rough for him. It's been a rough road. But he's got family and he's got support. So, and we do talk about, suicide, all kinds of stuff. I have a very open dialogue when it comes to my son. So, yeah, I mean, he comes from a long line of drug addicts on his dad's side. His dad is in prison right now,
Oh,
and his dad's been using drugs since he was 21. His dad has never gotten clean. So, it just runs in the DNA. Very strong. Not in my DNA though. I won't have it. So he's got me in him. I always tell him that.
right.
Yeah. So,
But
yeah.
the drugs do mess with your brain too, right?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because when I was talking about that, then you were talking about other things. I just want to make sure that people understand that they're constantly healing.
Constantly. If you guys, this is my thing. If I was able to create the proper, right detox center, the person would be allowed to stay in my detox center for up to 10 years. And I would highly recommend them to do a 5-year plan.
Yes, it's 11:11.
Yes, that's how long it takes for someone to rewire the damage that they did in their receptors in their brain.
Wow.
Think about it. If you're on drugs and alcohol or whatever it is that you're damaging your body, you're polluting your body with,
Even sugar.
and sugar, whatever it is that your addiction has been, if you've been doing that for 10, 5, 15, 20 years, it's going to take that long to heal it. Just because you stop and you get clean and you stop and you overcome the addiction, that's great. That is the first part of admitting everything that that you have an issue, and then you overcome it. But then the body repair, that's another journey, especially when it comes to this Suboxone, Subutex, and methadone. That right there for sure, at least, I mean, like I said, if they were on Suboxone for 7 years, it's going to take 7 or 10 years to repair the body. And then to integrate them back into society, all kinds of things. I mean, it is a process. And for me, an ideal rehab recovery program would, like I said, to be a 5 to 10 year plan. And I do hoping to open up a facility like this, working with plant medicine. But as of right now, I can't because of a dark dynasty. They ain't having it. Oh yeah, and I don't have all the labels and the licensing. But there is no licensing for this. There is
No.
nothing. There's nothing. But there are people like me who've gone. I've gone and I battled these energies, and that's what I call demons. I call it demons. I'll go into any detox, you guys. I just don't fear it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't take on the sin of your parents. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
DNA. He was talking about DNA activation cancellation.
yeah, I'm just reading everyone's comments here.
Yeah.
But yeah, what else should we talk about today?
Exactly,
Yeah,
Jess.
Nova was supposed to come on and we were going to go over what was going on with her, but she's not feeling it. So
And how did it go last night when she was on?
good. She's feeling okay. Right now. One of her things that she had said to me a couple times is, "I just can't believe this. I've tried this so many times, and it wasn't this easy."
Well, and I know when I've gone through things, I question, okay, wait a minute. I never did it this way before, but it's working now. And you think something is another shoe going to drop or anything. It's like, no, accept what is working. Accept, to me, I accept my love for myself. And that has helped so much. It really has. We don't do readings today. Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Jess. Jess will go in there and say, "Nope."
And Kim, you're more than welcome to come on tonight from 6 to 8. That is the Psychic Squad. And let me see. By the time we're done, it will be 8 hours. So it's about 7 hours and 45 minutes before we start. Geez, it's Mercury retrograde. Yes.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That
When
too.
did that start last week?
No, it's full fledged on the 15th.
Oh, okay.
So we're in the pre-shadow right now.
I was feeling it last week. I'll tell you that.
Yes.
Jeez,
Oh, yes.
All that stuff that is going on.
Well, yeah, your life was a little on the crazy side.
Last week, everything. I was just like, okay, God, what do you got in store for me?
What's that?
Because you're making some major changes right now.
Yes, yes. You know, like light switches in a meditative state. There you go.
So, you know what I was thinking? I was wondering. I kind of wanted some feedback on you guys. Do you think that these lives are too long? Because I really don't know. Like, I wouldn't have 2 hours to be able to come on and watch someone do a live for 2 hours. I mean, that is just a lot of time for me. And not only that, I am kind of like a person who gets, I don't know, I just can't sit somewhere for 2 hours and just listen to someone talk. It's just not something I can do. I was just kind of wondering what your guys' feedback would be. This live is kind of different. It's kind of interesting because we do a Q&A through the whole entire thing, which speeds the process up and always can change the dialogue on us. We can be talking about this, and all of a sudden someone has a question, and we totally flip the script.
Yep.
Which is okay. I love doing that. But I just kind of want some feedback. Do you guys think that a 2-hour live is too long? Should we cut it down to 1 hour? Would that be better for everybody? Because we always have. We can take that other hour and we can also prepare and do stuff too. So I was just kind of curious on what you guys are thinking. And another thing I was kind of thinking is, because I get bored really easy, you guys. I do. I get bored doing the same thing over and over. What if we start playing some kind of a game? Start playing games. I don't know. And the prizes would be like one of my products.
Oh,
I haven't talked to
that's
you
up to
about
you.
this, but
No.
I know I do this a lot.
I was going to say, if we're only doing 1 hour, then I'm staying home because I'm not driving an hour to get here and only being here an hour. You know?
Well, no, I know, but I don't know. I just kind of wanted some
Just
feedback,
go,
you guys.
"Whoa, wait a
I know. I
minute."
just kind of just wanted some
Yeah, no, I
feedback,
appreciate
yeah,
that.
just to see what people are saying, and
Do meditation or other things. Yeah. We did the meditation one time. Yeah.
yep,
I
I
like
can
that
do
idea.
meditations. I do sound bowls.
Right.
Now
Thank
I
you.
don't do guided meditations, Jess. I don't believe in that. But what I do believe in is all of us focusing on one subject or whatever that is.
Hmm.
That's what I feel is more powerful.
And
I think you all can guide yourself into a meditation, and if you can't, then we'll just breathe it out, and you'll learn how to meditate. You know what I mean? Um, oh, there's Victor. He did make it. He did make it in. We were just
yeah, and
talking.
massive packing of all stuff over here. You're still in the packing mode? Okay.
I think he was in that apartment for a while. I'm sure he's got quite a bit to go
Yes.
through.
Yeah.
I could. This is a major
Yep.
cleansing for him, big time.
Oh yeah, he needed it. He needed it. An hour can be too short. Yeah.
Okay.
Speak
Okay.
here about
Is there
things that
anything
I
particular that you guys want to talk
Oh,
about?
cool. I like that Luke says he gets triggered to talk about things that I don't get triggered to speak about everywhere. Okay.
Okay, all right. I was just curious, you guys.
Yeah.
Like I said, I just kind of.
But I like the idea of meditation. And to me, right now, I'm all about, and I don't mean to label, but now I can't even think of it. Uh, Universal consciousness, to really work on, if you're telepathic, and work with other people who can do this too, that we can talk without talking, that I can feel what's going on with other people and then call it. Oh, I like that too.
If I like that, I do all my medicine. I actually do have colors on there for what part of the chakra system that it pertains to.
Mm-hmm.
And what about a guest speaker, you guys? What do you think about if we bring some guest speakers? Because I meet interesting people all the time. I have this new client that I'm working with right now, and I just love her. She might be on. I'm not too sure if she's on. Her name is Gina, and she does tapping. I forgot what it
Oh, I
is.
like the tapping.
It's
Yeah.
the neuro something. I forgot what the word is. The label for
Let's
it. But she helps people through tapping. So I asked her if she'd be interested on coming on our show as a guest, and talk about what she does, because it's a different form of healing. I mean, I don't know too much about it myself, but I think it works. I can
It
see
does.
it. Yeah, I can see it totally being something beneficial and being a really cool, a really cool tool in the tool bag. And I'm all about anything that doesn't cost any money.
Yes, exactly. Guest speakers. Bring them on. Bring Kirby on too. Kirby should be there on Friday. Okay. Kirby's an acupuncturist, certified and all that, so that's why he calls himself that. He's very big on Chinese medicine, and he will be on Friday. And Scott is calling it our pins and needles section. So he's our pins and needle guy.
Great. I love acupuncture. Acupuncture is that is my jam, you guys. That and massaging. Those are the two things that I will go and get done on myself. And I'm real picky on anyone who can work on me. Just not anyone can work on me.
Right.
Mm-mm.
And they usually have a Saturday morning session at Scott's house that they do for more than one person, if whoever shows up.
Oh, that is awesome. But
Yeah.
Scott lives really far, and I have to be here at noon to open up
That's
on
true.
Saturday.
That's
so
true.
that's kind
They
of.
only start at 7 a.m., but yeah.
Oh, okay. I like that. That's pretty good. I like early morning.
Yeah.
I do have an acupuncturist, Chinese medicine guy who's in my facility,
Oh.
who's right
Have
around the
you-
corner.
Have you utilized?
No, every time I go there, he's closed. I left a couple notes. I left a couple notes and I never got back. He never got back with me. So I'm just like, okay, maybe this one's not meant to me then. But I do have people. I have clients who do go to him. I've got like 3 clients that go to him, and they say he's wonderful. Okay,
We'll
Luke, thank
definitely-
you.
Yeah, thank you. And the medium Reiki practitioner, if you're open to it. Hey, and maybe Trevor would love to come on too sometime. Talk
Yeah,
about what he does.
yeah. I can't.
Her, do you know what her boyfriend does?
Uh-uh.
He has a podcast called What Goes Bump in the Night.
I like it.
Yeah.
How fun.
So that would be kind of different too.
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm kind of, I don't know. I just wanted to change
Sure.
things up. It's a lot of fun to change things up, and I think having guest speakers would be a lot of fun. It would be to share, what's going on with them and what they're doing. And how about anyone that they want to share something that's going on in their neighborhood?
Yep. We got
Something
work on
good,
that
something
too.
bad,
Yeah.
whatever. I guess all we have to do is just send you a link, and then you can come on to the show. I believe isn't it just that
Basically,
easy?
yes.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
That's
I
what
believe.
you do. So that's
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Yeah, you just come on in and we can get them.
Oh yeah, paranormal investigator.
Oh, I like that. I love that stuff. Oh my gosh, that is so much fun, Jess. Okay, so you'd like this. So I had a really weird thing that happened yesterday. I meant to tell you, but we didn't have time. So yesterday morning, I was getting ready for work and stuff, and I'm upstairs, and my mom's home for the week because my niece is here, and I hear my mom just starts yelling my name, and I'm like, oh gosh. So I go downstairs, and it's her neighbor, and it's the neighbor, you guys, and he's like, shut the door, shut the door. They're gonna come in. They're gonna come in. And I'm looking at him. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, there's somebody sitting in my truck. There's someone hiding in the back seat of the back seat of his truck. Okay, he's got this truck and it's got an extra cab. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So I go right up to the truck. I look in there and I'm like, there's nobody in here. And this guy's sweating, you guys. He is white as a ghost. And let's just say his name is Fred. And so he's hyperventilating pretty much. And I'm like, Frank, let's go into your home.
You just called him by a different name.
Oh, sorry. I just said his name. I'm sorry. Oh. So anyways, I'm like, why don't we go into your home? And I'm a bad liar. So anyways, I go, what's going on? And he tells me that he had like 4 family members come in. Then he had some lady who was looking into his shelves in his room. So he's telling me he's got 4 people in this room upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing all this stuff to him, and they're sticking needles in his toes and all kinds of stuff. I'm like, well, we got people hurting you like that. We need to go get those people out.
Oh yeah.
This man did not want to go in his house. I go ahead and I go in there, and of course I shield myself because I knew I was about to walk into some very serious dark energies, and I did. This happened yesterday morning.
Ooh.
And I went up into his room, and holy moly, yeah, lots of portals. He had crucifixions all over the walls. 2 huge TVs, like those 50 feet,
Yeah.
I guess, or inches.
Inches. 52 and all that inches, yeah. Wow.
They look
he has
endless.
2 televisions
He's got
in his
2
room.
of them. He's got 2 of them up on each side. Yeah, maybe one was a computer monitor, maybe one was a TV. I don't know. I'm not too sure. I didn't do too much investigating, but I did look to see where the portals were. I felt them right away. And it's the crucifixions. And not only that, I'm sure he doesn't live a very good lifestyle. I'm not trying to judge the guy or anything. I'm just doing discernment.
His choices.
Yeah, I'm just doing discernment to help him. And I go ahead and I just do a prayer and I do my thing and I leave and I tell him, it's probably best if you took those crucifixions off of the wall because they're hanging right over his bed.
Ooh.
It's got I counted 8 of them. Just without even going through anything. But I was just like, oh,
And I know what you do here, and you did for my car before we traveled. So did you get any sage and tell him to get the sage burning?
He wouldn't let me. He wouldn't let me.
Oh my, that's a big
But it's
red
okay.
flag.
That's fine. But that's okay because I know I'm all powerful. I know that I can out a room. I know how powerful I am. But the sage helps because I like to give the sage as a gift. I like to give it as a gift for transmuting happy, healthy, loving, peaceful, protective energies. It's just a tool. It's just a tool. But I know that I'm more powerful than that smoke. So I went in there, cleared the energies as best I can. He's the one who needs to do the work here. He created this. And he's the one who needs to face these demons. He's the one who's got to muscle up and say, you're not welcomed here.
Right.
This is not, you're not allowed to be here. And my mom, she's just so cute because my dad died when I was 3. She's like, well, I've got your dad to protect me. I've got dad protected me. I'm like, yes, you do, Mom. You keep thinking that. That is a very good way to think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then I instantly went ahead and I put another vortex over our house with the incense that I have. And then with some cellulite that I had, I put a vortex, another protection over our house just because, it is a neighbor. But yeah, that was a pretty...
Very intense.
Yeah, very crazy story. And we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys posted. I don't know what this guy's going to do next. I have no idea. Oh, and by the way, just an FYI, I asked him, I go, how many pharmaceuticals are you on? He goes, and he kneels down and he comes up, you guys, and he's got a big shoebox full of pharmaceuticals. 6 different types of blood pressure medicine for one blood pressure. He's got 1 blood pressure disease and he's on 6. I think that he drinks. I think he's a drinker.
Wow.
This is just the moment of investigating that I've done, just the brief moment that I was there. And I think that he's taken his prescription drugs wrong and it's starting to cause a psychosis. That would be that's my diagnosis.
Without being licensed medical.
Oh, well, they would just deem him crazy and in psychosis and da-da-da-da. I mean, I'm not going to say what didn't happen to him. I completely believe that people can bring, entities through portals. So.
Yeah. Negative energy into somebody's body can do great harm.
Yeah. So, and then not even to mention, then my mom starts going on a rant about how he let in like 6 homeless people into his home. Something I was just like, oh, okay. Yeah. This is the kind of stuff. And his house was very cluttered, you guys. It was very, very cluttered. He literally had in his kitchen, he had a pyramid of sodas. They were stacked up to the wall.
Oh my.
Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, all kinds of stuff. So I was just like, and crucifixions everywhere. There was even on the hallway. I remember seeing some in the hallway.
And we know, we're not labeling, we know that people choose to utilize those. But when you have other things coming in, other energies, they don't always, doesn't always work well.
You've got to be really careful when it comes to these kind of religious ornaments.
Okay, I was going to say symbols, but
symbols, ornaments, whatever you want to call them. Okay, you've got to be careful. You've got to be careful when it comes to TVs, computer screens, phone screens, because they are made of crystals, you guys. That's where the addiction comes from. And not only that, but that is a way where the government is able to spew out poison on us. They do this. They can make you sick. There's all kinds of things that they can do through these screens. They knew what they were doing. Again, do your research. If you don't believe me, do your research. That's all I got to say. So yeah, with these ornaments, you've got to be very careful, especially if there's a mirror. If you have a crucifixion over your bed and then you've got a mirror over here, you created a portal. That's just the way it is. So you got to be careful with this stuff. I do not have any mirrors in my room. I do have a mirror in my bathroom and in the hallway though, but and don't ever have two mirrors facing each other. I did this on accident. When I was running I was running this it was a home for the healers. I did a lot of ceremonies through there, and I accidentally two really old mirrors that came from from a friend of mine's great grand. Like these things were handed from the family, and we were putting the room together. It was a sound bowl room, and we accidentally put my friend who's a yogi. We actually put two mirrors facing each other on accident on one end of the room, and we created a little portal. And thank God it was a white light portal. We transmuted that really quick and we fixed it. But it was funny. But this stuff is real, and I've worked with it. I've worked with these type of energies, and they don't scare me. They don't scare me one bit because like I said, I know who I am. They better fear me because I ain't putting up with it. I'm the human. This is my planet. You're not allowed here.
Right.
So, and that's all he has to do. He's got to do that. And I guess he's got to purify himself and purify his house. And they'll go away. They'll go somewhere else. Because that's just the underworld. When you understand dark energy in the underworld, you understand how to work with these. If you want to be in fear and you want them to scare you, and trust me, they can come pretty scary. They can move objects. They can do some pretty crazy stuff.
What?
Jewelry is another thing too.
Yeah.
Jewelry is another ornament too. Yes, be very careful of jewelry. And I'm not saying crucifixions are bad, you guys. Just be careful with the energies that they carry. I have a friend who's got like a couple in her house, and they're beautiful, but these crucifixions were made to honor, and there's a prayer written on them for the people who, like her brother, her mom, people who have passed. Yeah. See, when you know what the energies are and what's behind them, that is very important. Same thing with the Merkaba, you guys. Same thing with the medallion of Metatron.
What's the medallion of Metatron?
Or the cube, the healing cube.
Oh, I don't know.
I got it. Hold on. Well, it's in the trash. Let me see if I can. I think it's still in the trash. Hold on. I should save it. I save it for reference, but I just don't want it anymore because I know what it is. The Merkaba.
Yep, choices. Merkaba. Okay. She found it.
Yeah, it's all broken. It's called the Merkaba. This thing. They call it sacred geometry. The Merkaba. It's supposed to be our energy field that's around us. And I used to think this too. I used to teach this, but then I was shown something different. Absolutely not. This could be a Faraday cage.
Faraday cages. You know what a Faraday cage is?
Yeah, it's where it blocks in your energy. Or it can work both ways. It can work bad or good. You can use it in different ways.
Yeah, this is a Faraday cage, and it prevents people from tracking me.
Yep.
And stealing credit cards or anything else, any electronic stuff that they can steal.
Yeah, and that could be used as a Faraday cage too.
Okay.
So bad or good. Remember when it comes to a lot of this stuff, is what I'm learning is it has good and bad to it. So there we go, because we're on a planet of duality. Well, we have been a planet of duality, which we're switching to a planet of unity. So yeah, just be really careful, you guys. I mean, everything we've been taught about all this stuff that we thought was spiritual, and it was about spirituality, it was to trap our energy. It's really crazy.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Any crystals. Okay, so jewelry should be just like crystals. When you get a crystal, I think a lot of you guys pretty much know whenever you get a crystal, you should clean it in salt water, and then
not necessarily water, because selenite cannot be put in water.
Oh, yeah, that's
otherwise
true.
it dissolves.
Well,
If you
yeah,
put it in salt, yes.
yeah. I put my cellulite in salt water. It was fine. It takes a lot of water to really affect it. But anyways, I mean, I didn't sit it overnight. I just sit it in there for a few minutes, and then you put it out in the sun or put it out in the moon, and then they say the angels come and they release all of the negative energies out of them, and it's a nice thought. It's really, but cleanse everything, even with your jewelry, cleanse it. Anything that's given to you, bless it, clean it
Mm-hmm.
out, and it should transmute the energies because you're that powerful.
Yes.
See, humans, that's the thing we don't teach. Oh my goodness gracious, Jewel Moon, you are so crazy.
It's just hilarious. The
Oh my
yes,
goodness.
the cover, the table cover started going up, and I'm going, what? the
She's
shit?"
crawling up the table cover under the table cover. Okay, so anyways,
Anyway.
we never get credit. We never teach. We're never taught. She's just making a mess. What did she do?
She brought this down. It was up here. I'll get your throat.
Well, it scared her now.
Yes.
Oh no, she's coming back. She wants to play. Where was I, you guys? Okay,
Okay.
we're never given the credit of how powerful the humans are. We're so powerful. We're so powerful, you guys, that I'm learning that they take our energy and they literally have taken it and they've harnessed it. This is what the dark energy, this is what dark dynasty has done. And their lords, the lords of this planet, take the human's energy and is able to power it for other off-world planets.
Wow.
Yeah. This is what I'm learning, and I'll be speaking on this down the road a little bit more, is when I can figure out how to articulate what my visions are and what I'm being shown right now. But that is how powerful we are. That we have literally, they've been harnessing our energy and powering other planets. So dark planets, in fact, not good planets. Lower dimensional planets. So I've been shown that there's a planet for every single thing that they've ever done to us.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you?
I was reading Victor's.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I'm just reading the comments. I just look.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, yeah, it's just that simple.
Crystals radiate energy, but you can shift the energy they are projecting. Everything is a frequency. You can shift this frequency.
Yeah. We really can. We're so powerful. I'm going to say that again. Sound like a broken record, but you guys, the things that we can do. We can lift objects. We can levitate. We can fly. We can teleport ourselves. And that one resonates with me. Doesn't that resonate with you? Because I'm always late. I'm late everywhere I go. The show's always late. Everything's always late. I'm telling you, it's because in past lives, I know that I used to be able to just stop myself there.
So you're so used to being there when you needed to be there that
Yeah. In this lifetime, I'm like, it's just too hard. Oh my God. I got to get the car. I got to start the car. I got to go drive here. But in another lifetime, I know it was much easier, you guys. I'm telling you.
And today is spring break through a lot of the East Valley. However, I had to drive through the West Valley, and they don't have spring break this week. So I'm thinking, oh, good. But then I got to a certain point on the freeway where it was bumper to bumper, and it's like, no, I'm getting off, and had to go 43rd again. So
yeah, we got the equinox coming, you guys.
yeah,
We've got a lot of big celestial events coming that I believe that are very important for us as a humans.
Yeah.
And I believe that they were extremely important for our ancestors to you guys, like eons ago. I think because what resonates with me with the solstice, you guys, and this is something that I've been really pondering on. Maybe you guys can help me with this. It's equal amount of light and dark.
Mm-hmm.
This solstice. That just keeps going equal amount of light and dark just keeps going on in my head. And I love the solstice, especially the summer solstice. And here's another thing too, you guys. I was born on the solstice. I came in on June 22nd at 2:22. I'm a master of something. To me, those are master numbers.
They are.
So I am a master. I came in, and I always say that my birth time, date, everything is a clue for me. June 22nd, 1969. So I got a lot of those 6, 9s, and 2s. So, anyways, I really love the solstice, you guys. But that phrase just keeps going over in my head over and over now for since last solstice. Equal amount of day, equal amount of dark. So something went on with our ancestors. There's something there. There's something that I am breaking through.
Oh, good. Very good.
Yeah, because when something just keeps going on, repeating in my head like that, or numbers or something, that means that I'm on my way to learning something new.
And Victor was saying, but remember that this saying, like Claudene been saying,
Yes,
the
just
darker forces are
balance.
losing the power. Light force is winning. Yes, and it is about balance. I'm just going to go through all of them because had Victor's up. Reptilians
the darkness is losing so much, and yeah, it is about balance. It's yes, exactly. The solstice is all about balance. Exactly. What it is, everything's about balance.
Yes,
everything really. But I really believe that this that the solstice was celebrated on a really high level of initiating that balance.
And we've got the equinoxes, so those are equal. And when you say light and dark are equal, equinox. And what was it? Yeah. Again, right now, balance is very important. But when we're unified, we don't have to worry about balance because we're all together as one. We're unified, right? A unified new earth.
The more that we are together, the stronger we are.
Right.
And again, Luke, I won't give my power up to an alien, to the Pleiadians, or to any of them. This is a human thing. And we've got to stick together. Like I said, I trust this human. I trust you, Luke, before I will trust any Palladian. That's just me. That's just how I am. Because they're not human. None of them have the experience that we have. And here we go again regarding labels and, having a degree. Do we have to have a degree to be human? Come on now, you guys. No, we don't.
We were born that way.
We were born this way.
And again, if the Palladians, Lyrians, or any others were here right now, well, then they're here and they have that. But the ones that aren't here aren't going through what we're going through.
No. And I do believe the aliens that have been on this planet and have been habitating this planet with us do what they've. Oh, you lost me.
No, you're here. They're just all of a sudden it just went.
There we go.
We weren't touching a thing, and they were. Yeah.
Shut her down. Shut her down. But yes, like I said, I'm Claudine. I'm a human, and I'm here to help this planet Earth, and that's all I know for a fact. And my memory's been wiped. Those are things that I know for a fact.
Well, you've also astro traveled. Am I correct?
I've astral traveled. I've remote viewed. I've done all that stuff.
And you've been to some of those places.
Okay.
What did you gather when you were there? What information did you gather?
I've got so much different information. My biggest thing, though, for my astral travels and going from different planets and stuff has always been how are they so benevolent? I'm saying
Benevolent.
benevolent, yeah, benevolent. And how is their technology so advanced?
Mhm.
It's always blown my mind, you guys. Always. Those are the main things. Another thing is too, another observation I had was none of them live on top of their planet like they do. They all live underneath their planet. So I always thought that was a really another observation that I had. But every time I've gone to a planet and done astral traveling, I was given a different message. Mind you, you guys, in 2021, I stopped traveling off world and I started traveling in my body. So that's what if I don't even try to astral travel or go into that type of zone. I haven't done it in a while, to be honest with you. More or less, maybe more remote viewing than anything that I've done. No, I don't do it just on a drop of a dime or a hat, or I can just go into that. It just happens. It's a thing that there's this feeling that comes over my head and knowing, and I have to go lay down, and then that's when it all happens. But I get visions a lot.
Yeah.
I'm a visionary. I have a lot of visions shown to me all the time. And then I have to try to figure it out, you guys, as the human, because they speak in metaphors.
And didn't we talk about this last week? Anyway, did you hear Ariana Grande talking about memory erasure?
Jess, I showed that
procedure?
video last week. I literally showed the video.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I show it again? Because that video blows my mind. I love it. She is the cutest little thing. I feel so bad for her. She is so hijacked by the spirit. Oh,
By I don't know what.
a demon. She definitely
gonna
has an
say,
entity inside of her. It's so sad because she's just her dimples. I feel so bad for her. I wish she didn't do what she's done. But I played that video. When I saw that, I was just taken back. So there she is, you guys. She's admitting it.
Yeah, she's going into, I don't know if it was a rehab center or what that thing was, but
No, she
they
says
do this here. You know about this, right? It's like, no, I didn't know about it.
okay, and this is what I think we're seeing, Jess, on that. Here's just a perspective here. Their entity isn't able to stay in the body anymore because the vibrations are getting higher. So I think their entities are no longer controlling them to the way that they were. Like we're actually seeing the entity detach to a certain extent. They eventually will completely detach. I know that Elon Musk's entity has left his body because of the stuff that's going on with him right now. So I love watching these. I usually just watch political leaders. I always call the political people the not good looking Hollywood scene. Like they couldn't make it in the movie, so they went political because you got to be ugly to be political. Just saying, a lot of interbreed going on in there. Like Hollywood is so beautiful, they're all such attractive people.
Well, JFK was considered beautiful, and I'm just saying.
Yeah, he's still Freemason. Okay, wait, where was that video that I had? Let me turn my phone down. I'm gonna play this video again, you guys. It was so awesome. And this has to do with Anne. Anne is the one who gets me all into this stuff because she loves watching American Hollywood and government stuff. Well, I like watching the government stuff. She likes watching the Hollywood stuff.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Okay, here we go.
You're going to have to put the volume up so we can see it.
Brighter Days memory erasure treatment to me, so I'm having trouble remembering the details. They're foggy because at the Brighter Days clinic they do the memory erasure, The memory erasure, they erase my memories. It's a little foggy, but
if you could remember, struggle, tell me. Give me a date.
You know what? I'll have to go back to the clinic and see if they can restore my memory.
It's going to be soon, because the fans want to know, Ariana.
So soon. So, Mark, you have to learn the language of my fans because soon means 10 days or less. I'm not allowed to use that word at this moment.
What word?
I don't know why this is going on, but this started after the first time I aired it,
Yeah.
Jess. Now, whenever I play it, this comes on. So I don't know. but they took her down. And I
Actually, it came across my Facebook page yesterday. So
Yeah. Anyways, did you hear that? Listening to that, and I've listened to it a couple of times because I'm very intrigued about this one. You can like hear, can't you feel and hear that her entity is not, her entity would never allow her to say that much information, Jess. Okay, so here's another video, you guys, that was sent to me. These people send this stuff to me, okay? Like they feel like you got to see this. Funny. Okay, this one, you guys. Do you guys know about the panda eyes? Do you know about panda eyes?
no, never heard of it.
Okay. When the panda eyes are something that Dark Dynasty does as a ritual, and it's done, it's caused, they get these big black eyes, okay, like a panda, from a force blunt hit up in the rear end or the vagina. Okay, you'll see a lot of children. Yeah, it's this is go down. These are facts. This is real. Watch this girl. And I guess supposedly they're saying now, because I did a little bit of research, she's a singer and she's trying to make it into Hollywood.
Yay, I got pizza. Fun day. And I got to go to the conventions that I've always wanted to go to. So, yeah. Can't wait to be my parents. Because, yay, I got pizza. Fun
That's
day.
not makeup either, you guys.
Wow.
And I got to go.
Did you guys see the subliminal message? Pizzagate. Panda eyes are about the Pizzagate. That's another rabbit hole you guys can go down to. I know. But people are they're letting it out, you guys. Like, I mean, hey, the light's winning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm telling you, all these entities are going to start leaving their body, and they don't know how to be normal, you guys. They don't know what it's like to be normal. And that's all they are. They're going to be just normal humans like us. So this is getting interesting. Just push back and muscle up, guys. Spiritual muscles.
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard about Gene Hackman and his wife or anything that's happening with that.
Weren't they just kind of, they were older, weren't they? Weren't they like in their 90s?
I don't know Gene Hackman. I thought he was in 80s. He might have been
Okay.
93.
Okay.
His wife was younger,
Okay.
but his wife died a few days before he did, and he had Alzheimer's. So
Shoot.
after she died, he didn't know what to do. He hadn't eaten. And also one of their dogs passed too, because she was the only one keeping them together. And when she passed at home, nobody was taking care of anybody. And just, he was probably delusional in not knowing what to do and how to do anything. And his days probably just kept going. He probably didn't know when it was night or day. So very confused souls. And again, if they had other entities within them, it was very
Yeah, I'm not too sure if I'm
disorienting.
feeling foul play on that one. When I I don't know, you guys. I don't know, because they lie so much. All you can do is tap into those energies, kind of, do your discernment on it, and see if, because they're just such an older couple,
Yeah.
their body's not very good for a walk-in. So
Right.
yeah.
So
I
nothing
mean,
could have.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any foul play there. I'm just saying, just because I'm almost sure that guy was like in his late 80s or early 90s, so he was on his way out.
Definitely. I
anyways,
think
yeah.
something between, I think it was like 93. I'm almost positive that's what I thought.
And then you said his wife was what, 60? She
No,
was young.
she was younger.
Yeah, 60s is young. That is
Yeah.
young. I don't know. I really didn't tap into that at all. I haven't, not too much.
And she was the only one keeping him
It
on
makes
his
sense.
meds and stuff. Yeah.
That stuff makes sense. Now, when something doesn't make sense, that's when I really start to question.
Yeah.
If it doesn't make sense, that always makes me question. I'm like, what? Wait a minute. There's something going on here.
Right. Yeah. So the theft of souls and energies must stop. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, it is 9:57, and
Zombies. The apocalypse.
what date is your thing? This
The Mushroom Club is on the 21st, not this Friday, but the following Friday. And it's
Okay.
just, it was a 2-part class from last month to this month. And so we'll be finishing this, hold on. My assistants are coming in. Happy day. Welcome to work.
So
Yay.
March 21st.
Yeah, so it's March 21st, and we're going to, for those ones who are here that are in the valley, we will have your substrate bags sterilized and ready to go. And then we're going to teach them how to make a spore or a syringe. I'm not 1,000% sure what Ashe is going to do, but either he's going to teach how to make a spore print or a spores inside of a liquid culture, which we would just inoculate through a needle. So I'm not too sure what we're going to do. But anyways, we'll be making some spores and we'll be inoculating those substrate bags so that people can grow some mushrooms. And that's what we're doing. And they're going to play a really cool game. And then I'll be making a mushroom dish. And I'm not too sure what I'm going to make. I don't know. You guys got any ideas? I don't know.
Yeah, what would you like to have for it? Have you seen what mushrooms are available right now? Or
Yeah, I
just
got to see
usual?
what's in season. I was kind of thinking about doing just some stuffed mushrooms.
Ooh.
Something really simple. Yeah, just stuff a bunch of mushrooms with mushrooms.
Yeah, that's the best thing to stuff them with,
Yeah,
really.
we'll
I'm just
stuff-
saying.
Because I don't like to throw the stem, the cord away. I chop that up and I cook that with whatever, and then I can stuff that inside the mushroom. And I make those for me quite often. So
Yeah.
I was just thinking about doing some of those with a little, and then always other people bring dishes too. So someone always brings a rice or something. It's a nice little event, you guys. It's a lot of fun. I do go live on Facebook sometimes with it on Friday night. So if you guys ever
Facebook or Instagram?
I go Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Instagram won't let me go on live.
Oh, wow.
It took me down again. Social media's taking me down. I'm doing a whole new makeover in the front of my storefront and on what social medias I'm going to be on.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm looking into. Victor, by the way, Discord. I'm ready. I did hear you. I heard you. I heard you when you were talking about it. I just haven't had the time. And guess what? The downloads are coming for me on Discord. So yeah, we're gonna have to talk. I'll message you.
And you still need to help me with Discord, but they did have problems yesterday. I noticed that. I was like, oh, okay. Why am I getting this message that Discord is down and Discord's having problems?
Oh no.
So I don't know what happened with that, but hopefully it's.
Do you
been
have your own
fixed.
Discord? Did you already create one?
Yes, but I haven't really used it fully yet. Victor and I haven't.
No,
worked
isn't
together to do
Discord
it.
where we could where people become a member and then they just sign on that way? And isn't that pretty much what it is, right, you guys?
You can do
Like-minded
that too,
people all go, and then you would just come on this show through the Discord. I like it. I like that idea.
yeah. And on Wednesday, I will be back Wednesday morning with Calling on Angels 1111 at 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time because of the time change. And that is with Bonnie. Those are Bonnie's. And I forgot to remind you that for Tuesday evening, yes, 8 hours from now, we will be at the Psychic Squad. And you can email Don at Sonoran Mystic Tarot, advice at Sonoran Mystic Tarot. And come on in. Jess, I hopefully see you there and everyone else. Lisa Davies, I know Victor, it's a little off for you and the time. You're probably sleeping or it'll be way too early in the morning. And on Wednesday evening, we'll be hopefully, because I don't know what's happening with her, Sorry, we went to the wrong one. Should be, oh my goodness, there's too many people on here. Should be A5 Says and Sonoran Mystic Tarot. There he is. And that will be in the afternoon the evening on Wednesday. On Thursday will be tea time, or not tea time, sorry, with Naturally Divine Goddess Tarot, Shauna Sellers, and Sonoran Mystic Tarot. And then I will be on Friday with Scott. And like I said, most likely Kirby will be on. So hopefully you'll see us. Hey, come on out if you want. But definitely check that out on Friday. Saturday morning, I think Susan will be back. I haven't heard anything on that. So she should be back Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. She will be early and she will be done in an hour. So please get in quickly and be ready for your reads. On Sunday mornings will be Psychic Sunday. It will remain at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And Miss Jess, hopefully she'll be on there with Bonnie on a Psychic Sunday. And then after that, at around 3 p.m.-ish, Mountain Standard Time on Sunday should be Sherry Beery and Miss A5 Says. And then on Monday, we are back with, where are you? Naturally Divine Goddess Tarot. Okay.
Okay, and then next week, I think, next Tuesday, you guys, I like that idea that Jess had. We're going to talk about different parts of the body area. We're going to talk about the liver. We're going to talk about the liver and detoxing and the importance of the liver, okay? Because that is where you store all your emotions, especially anger and agitation. So we'll talk about the liver next week. I like that, talking about different parts of the body and how to detox those, because I do have products. I have lots of products, and I also have lots of ways that you guys can do it from, I bet you have this stuff in your pantry at home to go ahead and start this. Everyone is so different when it comes to detoxing. So yeah, let's talk about the liver next week. And Victor, I'm going to work on maybe getting my Monday night show on Discord. So we'll be messaging. Let's message each other and get that. I think I'm going to get that set up, because I'm going to bring some changes to that live. And again, I said I'm going to try to come up with some kind of a game that we play on this show. I don't know. I'm going to think of something, and hopefully that will be fun. And then it'll give everyone an opportunity to win some of my products.
Wow.
Yeah. So we'll have to think of some fun games to play.
All right.
All righty.
Thank you guys so much. It's about you. Take care of you. Please take care of you so that we can see you next time.
And
Love and light.
And may you attract people who speak your language so you don't have to spend a lifetime translating your soul.
Ooh, I like that.
I know. I wrote that down. I thought it was so cool.
All right. Buff with love. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Hopefully this will get where I need to go. Thank you.